We'll start with a metric part. And I'll start with the main hub as my base feature. It's 50. And then we'll do the little horseshoe clamp because it looks like it's on the same plane. I'll just do it as a line. A lot of ways you could do this. If you click and drag on an endpoint, the cursor turns gray when you click on it, and then that turns it into an arc. So this is 35, it looks like. I'm going to horizontally align these two and then set the spacing. And that is 20 high. And we'll put the holes in this, I guess, next. Let's fill in the rest of the body. So the piece that goes across the middle here looks like they give us a 35 off the top. So let's pull a work plane -35 and we'll put a sketch on that. And I'm just going to project cut edges here. And then F7 or this button will slice your graphics so you can see where you're working. And it looks like it just goes to the end to tangent. And a little trick here, if you start on a circle, if you hold shift, it locks it to tangent. And something's wrong with my computer because it's jumping all over the place. But that gave me my tangency and my endpoint instead of having to come back and follow up with a tangent. That's a closed profile in the middle, so we can extrude that. That's going to go down 10. I'll put the rib in the middle next. It looks like it's 1 millimeter off the top. So we'll put a sketch in the middle, and I don't think I'm going to project cut edges. I am going to slice my graphics. I think I'm just going to project that and that to pull off of. Let's go right to the top. Now it doesn't really show. This one says it's 1 millimeter off, but it doesn't show. Maybe it's 1 millimeter here too. Let's see what that looks like. I'm going to use the rib function for that. I want to go down and fill in a solid rib. And that is 10. Let's look at that. That's not, I mean, that could be right. I'm going to guess it actually comes up and is normal. So let's try editing this sketch again. And I'm just going to bring that all the way up. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's probably what they're trying to show there. Put our two cutouts. There's a notch out of here. You could put a sketch on it and do an offset. Quite frankly, I probably would just draw it again. Let's do an offset. Let's project the face, and when you start the offset, it wants to offset everything. So start offset and right click and turn off loop. Then you can pick what you want for your loop to do your offset. And this is 15. It's probably not how I would have done that for real. I probably would have drawn 3 lines, just trying to show a couple different things. Flip down. put a hole down the middle. So I'll just do, you pick anything round, it does a concentric hole. 16, looks like that is 12.5 times 2. And let's turn this work plane's visibility off. And I'm going to draw this from the inside, because if I draw it from the outside, when I extrude it, I'm going to have a little pie-shaped wedge of missing area, solid. And I'll just do this. Let's do a circle this time, do it different. So a circle and 2 lines. Might have to come back and add a tangency to those. So this is 15. Yeah, I think that's 15. So this is a diameter of 30. And it is 25 off the top and 35 between centers. And so I still have some green. Get your sketches fully constrained. All right, and let's extrude that both directions. Looks like it is 13 plus 13 plus 5. And then there's a, is that an 18? I can't read it. I printed this out and I can't read it. The hole through here is either a 16 or an 18. That actually, 18 looks right. I can't read it. Then we need the slot cut out of there so that it tightens on the shaft when this gets bolted down. I think I'll project the back side and just do rectangle. Coincident constraint from midpoint to midpoint, and I meant to pick the midpoint, but it doesn't really matter because I did on the other side. And we'll extrude through all as a cut. And I might have missed something, but I think that is your part for number 1. Number 2. I don't think I have time to do number 2. I'll do it as a separate video in a couple hours.